Steve in here. We're still on FBTV. I've been helping some people, and to be very clear, it's reminded me of how much help they need and much help people need. So I'm painting a picture of how to grow a team and be successful, what success looks like. Now, I'm gonna get to it. You've got Paul Allen, which is the co-founder of Microsoft. We all know, or should know, what Microsoft is. It's integrated in almost everything. Now, what does Paul Allen own? Well, he's dead now. But he used to own the Trailblazers, a partial owner in the Seahawks, and the Seattle Sounders, which is their soccer team. Now, here's what happens in life. You think you could do everything, and you might focus on this thing too much, and that's the team. Here's the beauty about a team. If you watch sports, it's always going to change. This right here is going to change. People, even on your team that started, they might be like, yo, we're killing it. I've got $10 billion now. I want to go and do some other great things. It's going to change, especially if you did things right. And you want people to go off and do great things. So you don't want to limit them to just, oh, you got to be fit bully for life. No, be better. Be more. I'm happy to assist in anything that you're doing. So in year one, what should you be focused on? The mission. In our case, the mission is taking care of the dogs. What did I do to see if people could manage our mission? Gave them a dog. Some people bought in, some people got dogs. Long story short, some people made it, some people didn't. So there are probably two people beyond a reasonable doubt who I would consider team players and team members. When it comes to fit bullies, that's it, that's all. Now, as the team continues to change, by year 3, we now understand what has to change because our values align. And unfortunately, you can try to force your values on people and get nowhere. And I know a lot of people who will hold on to a person or an idea or what they perceive an opportunity because they just want to help this person. Every time I hear someone say, let me help you out, in my opinion, that already reduces the value of the situation because now we're talking about a handout. You're going to tell me, hey, I don't agree with that. That's perfect. That's the point of me stating my perspective. Versus me saying, hey, what do you need to be better? Somebody says, what do you mean? Well, you just told me about everything going wrong. I want to know what you think you need to be better. Let's look introspectively at what you can do to improve so whatever you might be going through actually improves. Otherwise, you're going to continue to need help. And 9 out of 10 times help's associated with a handout or a hand up. And there's nothing wrong with helping people out. I've helped a lot of people out. I'm probably going to help a lot more people out. But I'm not going to help you in a way that hurts myself. So, this is how you get to success. First things first, Paul Allen realized that Microsoft was too great of a task. He didn't have the same love and affinity, aka passion, for going around and changing the world and controlling the world when it comes to software that Bill Gates did. So he says, hey, I'm going to take my shares, I'm out. He leaves. He leaves with a good chunk of change. He wants to go play the guitar. You can look it up. He wants to go play in a band. He wants to own a few teams, so forth and so on. Some people get one of these dogs and say, hey, I think it's a little much, my guy. I don't know if this is for me. So that's fair. Well, keep taking care of it. You want the paper or whatever you need, you can have your stuff, but don't ever talk to me again. It's that simple. I don't want to talk. So I'm going, we're done here. I have to focus on the things that are going to grow us. So in year 1, what did I do? I focused on the mission and built the brand with the mission. And mind you, Marcus and them could attest to this. I said, if you guys take care of the dogs, nobody has to ever see your dogs. I will do the rest because I'm betting on me before anybody does. So in my first year, let me set my dogs up for success. Let me read and educate myself. Let me make sure that when I do ask for people to play on my team, they want to participate. They say, look, I kind of like what you're doing, buddy. I want in. I'll try. And if they'll try, we're on to something. By year 3, normally, you'll have the people that you need and an idea of what the business needs to say, okay, this is what's going to get us to year 5. And in year 5, you'll have this moment of clarity where you know for fact how to keep the business rolling. Now, here's the challenge from year 5 to 10. Once you get to 10, the business should be working. And if it is working, the next 10 years, you should have to do less work. So how do you become successful? Well, less work, more managing, means you got to add to this right here. Most people think that they're moving forward. This is what they think they're doing. When in retrospect, they need to be moving up. That's the thing. Oh man, I've got all this success. So you say, oh, look at all these things. And guess what? You got to manage the mission. Now you managing the team. Now you're doing what? You got to manage change. Now you got to be the officer and keep everybody in line. Now the business can't never get to a self-managing place because you got to do all the jobs and be at every place at the same time. Do all the sales, all the teaching, all this little stuff. Jamarcus is holding the camera right now. Guess what? Other people around hold the camera too. Guess what? If I have to do that, we're going to have a problem. How am I going to scale up? Well, I told them as they have opportunities that come up based on their day-to-day task, they can hire people, but I never talk to them. And then if I have to talk to Jamarcus, Stan, Jamal, normally it's about growth, but if you have a problem, they know what the standard of living is. So like, okay, we got to solve this quick. So it becomes very clear. So as I move up, as I say, hey, we got to scale up. We got to scale up here. The only way to scale up and make everything flow, for one, to create jobs, which creates wealth, but even more importantly, make sure I don't have to do everything. At one point, training the dogs, recording the dogs, I'm feeding the dogs, I'm taking care of all the dogs, I'm motivating dogs, I'm motivating the team. I'm doing all these things that now are kind of go. And I think I spelled Paul wrong. It's A-U-L. It's A-U-L, guys. Forgive me. I'm like, yo, what is that? Forgive me, okay?
I missed it too, so
it's all good, people. I'm like, that's gonna trouble me.
It still look the same.
It does, but it's wrong. But point is as I continue to establish the mission by way of my actions, build the brand, communicate with the guys around me effectively, team members going, changing and getting better, it draws in better people who want to be a part of something bigger, which requires less communication because these people understand what the standard is. That's how you scale up and get to a place where you can be successful. Otherwise, you fail long-term, people. And there's a clip of Denzel saying, don't confuse movement with progress. A lot of people are running in place. And as I've said before, we've done nothing special here. I've got Egotron. Let's just keep it simple. I produce maybe 3 or 4 dogs, and we become very valuable to a lot of people because of our care for the dogs. So do I need to produce 1,000 dogs? Do I need to sell 4 litters every month to survive? No. What I need to do is connect you to something that you will always have to do, if you so choose to get into this dog space or just have a dog in general. You want to be a great pet parent or pet achiever. Together we can always achieve more. Remember that. And I didn't understand this for a long time. But then I got out of my own way and began to think, man, I probably should just ask for some help. And it just so happened, by way of me helping these people, they could help themselves. And now the opportunity kind of pays for itself. Because in this, now people have skills. Now people can take those skills and leverage them. People learn how to communicate better. People are believing in themselves. Their confidence is going through the roof. Their communication skills are skyrocketing. They've got an art about them. And if you're watching, go look at Better Best Dogs page. Go look at Iron Sharp Canines page. You'll see them at least trying. And that in itself will get them to this right here. And I will take them, as the song says, all the way up as long as we stay on the mission, which is established in year 1. And the mission is very simple. Just like when Jesus Christ was born, he was supposed to die. The mission was he's supposed to die to save us all from his sins. Well, the mission is very simple. Care and never care less. Take care of your dogs, baby.